Are you ready?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is chapter 8 of my story, 2 Words For Ya, a story written by me with some assistance from ChatGPT. This is a strange case of Sean, and thanks for checking out this video. Now I'm quickly going to recap both parts of chapter 7. In part 1, we saw the men's and women's NXT champions successfully defend their championships in Iron Survivor Challenge matches at Deadline. NXT champion Trick Williams and NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez solidified their spots in the Undisputed Unification Championship matches at WrestleMania. In part 2, we saw the WWE and World Heavyweight Championships of both the women's and men's divisions be defended inside the Elimination Chamber. Along with major implications for WrestleMania, we saw some other key developments. Cody Rhodes successfully retained his WWE Championship and joins Trick Williams in the unification match at WrestleMania. Nia Jax lost her WWE Championship after being eliminated by new champion Becky Lynch. Also in this chamber match, we saw the return of Bianca Belair as she attacked her former friend Jade Cargill, costing her the championship. We saw Sami Zayn take on the winner of the Royal Rumble, Jacob Fatu, in a competitive bout, but after some distractions from the bloodline, ultimately suffered a defeat at the hands of the Samoan Werewolf. In the chamber match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, we saw defending champion Tiffany Stratton get eliminated early on in the match, ultimately guaranteeing a new champion. Tensions rose between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, but another superstar, Asuka, would make her presence felt by eliminating Charlotte and taking Rhea to her limit. Rhea was ultimately ready for Asuka and became the new World Heavyweight Champion. She will join NXT Women's Champion and Royal Rumble winner Roxanne Perez and new WWE Champion Becky Lynch in a triple threat match for the Women's Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania. And in the main event, Braun Breaker would defend his World Heavyweight Championship against 5 worthy challengers. Kevin Owens wound up taking himself and Oba Femi out, while Judgment Day seemed to work to keep Braun and Priest from forming an alliance. This went out the window when Dominic Mysterio betrayed Finn Balor and eliminated him. Priest and Braun would be the final 2, with Braun retaining his championship. Braun will enter the men's Undisputed Championship match to face off against NXT champion Trick Williams, WWE champion Cody Rhodes, and Royal Rumble winner Jacob Fatu. And now that we're caught up with chapter 7, let's get started with chapter 8, shall we? The post-Elimination Chamber Raw opens with CRO Shawn Michaels with his NXT advisor William Regal making their way to the ring. Shawn doesn't have that extra pep in his step. He grabs a microphone and begins. Well, we are picking up tremendous speed on this road to WrestleMania, and there doesn't seem to be any sign of stopping. The crowd cheers. He continues. Tonight I have some very special announcements regarding matches for tonight's Raw and tomorrow's episode of NXT. With our Unification Championship matches now officially set for Mania, these competitors need to prove to you, the fans, and us higher ups, why they belong at the charge of this new era of WWE. Tonight's episode of Raw will see 2 monumental matches featuring the competitors in the Men's Championship Unification match at Mania. These matches include retaining World Heavyweight Champion Braun Breaker taking on NXT Champion Trick Williams. And that leads me to your main event for tonight, the Samoan Werewolf Jacob Fatu taking on WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. The crowd cheers. Shawn continues. Now along with that, a producer runs in and whispers something into Shawn's ear. Shawn continues. Something has come up backstage. Mr. Regal, please take over. Shawn and the producer hurry back up the ramp. Regal responds. Certainly, Mr. Michaels. Now tomorrow's main event on NXT will be one of the biggest in history. It will see NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez team up with a partner of her choosing to take on new Women's WWE Champion Becky Lynch and a partner of her choosing, as well as the team of new Women's World Heavyweight Champion Rhea Ripley and a partner of her choosing in a triple threat tag team contest. The crowd cheers. Regal continues. You won't want to miss that. Now enjoy tonight's show. Later on in the show, Shawn paces back and forth backstage. Trick Williams walks up to him. He begins talking. Hey Shawn, you okay? Shawn looks dejected and gives Trick a scowl. He responds, You wouldn't understand. Don't you have a match to get ready for? Trick responds, Well, yeah, I do. I just wanted to come and thank you for the opportunity tonight, and I hope to show you that I intend to be a big player for the company. Shawn interrupts. Yeah, you keep thinking that. What is that supposed to mean? Come on, Trick. You get lucky in most of your matches. Luck has kept that championship around your waist. That's not going to happen tonight. I mean, it's Braun. Trick looks annoyed. Luck, huh? I think your champ Braun is going to need luck tonight and at Mania and a dentist after I knock his teeth down his throat. Trick walks away. Shawn looks at him angry. The Judgment Day is in their hangout backstage with Dominic Mysterio standing in front of the group. He begins. The Judgment Day will recapture gold soon. It may not have happened at Elimination Chamber, but eliminating Finn from the match and from Judgment Day need to be done. For too long, Finn has been dragging us down. We used to be one of the most feared groups in WWE, and now we are a laughingstock. Well, I put an end to all that by taking out the great Finn Balor. And Finn, if you're seeing this, I hope you're in a lot of pain. And also, Finn comes in, running in, and attacks Dominic. The numbers quickly overwhelm him as JD McDonough and Carlito beat him down, and Dominic recovers. Dom grabs a chair and proceeds to whack him multiple times. JD then throws Finn off of a landing and through a table. The Judgment Day taunt over a debilitated Balor. The first of HBK's high-profile matches begin with NXT champion Trick Williams taking on World Heavyweight champion Bron Breakker. The match begins with Trick and Braun circling each other, followed by a lockup in a test of strength. Braun powers Trick into the corner, but Trick shoves him off, showing his confidence. Braun smirks, then goes for a takedown, but Trick leapfrogs over him and hits a quick dropkick. Braun rolls out of the ring, frustrated, slamming the announce table. He returns to the ring, but Trick is able to keep the momentum with high-flying offense, including a springboard clothesline and a standing moonsault. He goes for a pin, but it's not enough. Trick's anger is getting to him as Braun regains control with a brutal spinebuster. He stalks Trick and delivers a stiff overhead suplex. Trick fights back with fast strikes and a spinning heel kick. He goes for his finisher, but Braun counters with a spear. Braun goes for another spear, but Trick dodges, sending him crashing into the turnbuckle. Trick goes for his trick shot, but Braun pulls the referee in the way of it. Trick is taken aback by what he's done. Braun then hits him with a low blow. Braun capitalizes, hitting a massive military press power slam. He goes for a pin, and another referee begrudgingly counts the pinfall. Bron Breakker wins in controversial fashion. In the main event of the show, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes makes his entrance to a roaring crowd. He anxiously awaits his opponent, Jacob Fatu. Suddenly, the music of the final boss plays. The crowd erupts. The Rock makes his way to the ramp with the microphone. He begins. Cody, The Rock knows he's not the person you were expecting. Due to some familial circumstances, you won't be fighting Jacob Fatu tonight. The crowd boos. Hey, it's probably for the best, because if Jacob were here, your cryberry champion would probably be taken out and not be able to walk into WrestleMania. The crowd boos again. The Rock continues. So The Rock is actually doing you all, and especially you, Cody, a favor. Cody grabs a microphone. Oh, Rocky, that is some bull. I'm not afraid of your Samoan werewolf. You seem to have forgotten. I'm the American Nightmare. I'm more than ready to face off against your little lapdog. The crowd cheers. The Rock continues. Well, that isn't going to be tonight. Instead, The Rock has another viable challenger for you. It's someone who didn't get their fair shake in his match at Elimination Chamber. And that is Oba Femi. Good luck. Oba Femi then passes the final boss and makes his entrance to the ring. The bell rings as Cody and Oba lock up. Cody tries to go for a quick headlock, but Oba easily powers out, shoving Cody across the ring. Cody smirks, nodding, before going for a chop block, trying to take out Oba's legs. Oba absorbs the hit and responds with a huge shoulder tackle, sending Cody rolling to the apron. Oba dominates most of the match using his raw power. He hits a big scoop slam, a corner splash, and a deadlift suplex. Cody begins to fight back with fast strikes and a disaster kick that staggers Oba. Cody attempts a crossroads, but Oba counters it into a back body drop. Oba lines up for his power bomb, but suddenly, Kevin Owens sprints down the ramp. He slides into the ring and strikes Oba from behind with a chair. The referee calls for the bell with a disqualification victory for Oba. Owens lays into Oba with stiff punches before hitting a super kick. Oba stumbles, but doesn't go down. Owens bounces off the ropes and he hits another super kick, but he still won't go down. Owens prepares to give Oba a stunner, but Carmelo Hayes springboards off the top rope and knocks Owens down. He runs to the opposite corner to then hit a stunned Owens with nothing but net. Cody comes back in, but is quickly overwhelmed by Oba and Mela. Oba then hits a powerbomb on Cody, which is then followed by a nothing but net from Melo. They stand over their handiwork and taunting the crowd to end Raw. NXT opens with a reminder about the main event triple threat tag team match, with each of the women's champions needing to pick partners for the match. We see Bayley warming up backstage when Rhea Ripley walks up. She begins, "Hi Bayley, I'm not the biggest fan of you, but I feel that of all the people I don't trust, you'd be the least dumb in betraying me. So what do you say about being my partner in tonight's match?" Bayley responds, "Well, that's a very odd way of trying to win my services tonight. But as much as I would like to after that pitch, I kinda sorta have other obligations I need to meet. But maybe next time." Suddenly, Becky Lynch walks. She pats Rhea on the back and walks off with Bayley. Rhea looks disgusted. She turns around and her expression changes to annoyed. She comes face to face with Charlotte Flair. She begins, "Wow, Rhea Ripley doesn't get her way. Shocking. Well, rejoice, for your savior is here. But just know, I'm not your partner tonight because we are friends. I just need to get my hands around Roxanne Perez, and you're a means to an end." Rhea laughs. Charlotte continues, "I'm glad you think it's funny, because I'm going to be laughing just as hard when you lose that championship that should be mine at WrestleMania. As far as tonight, it doesn't seem like you have many other options." Rhea goes back to her disgusted demeanor and walks off. Charlotte laughs. In another backstage segment, Roxanne Perez is warming up by sparring with Cora Jade. Zaria stands by, monitoring the area. Roxanne begins, "This match tonight is complete crap. I could get hurt. Then I won't make it to Mania. How is that fair?" Jade responds, "It really isn't. This isn't how things are supposed to go. We were supposed to be on top of this company together. And now they are risking injuring us tonight with people who want to hurt us before the biggest Mania of all time?" Roxanne looks puzzled. She responds, "Us? Didn't you get my text? I'm bringing Zaria out there with me. Don't be offended. I just need that extra protection." Jade looks confused and upset. Roxanne continues, "She's going to help us make sure I make it to Mania. Also, I couldn't find Stephanie or Giulia. I'll talk to you after the match though." Roxanne and Zaria walk off, leaving Jade confused. It's main event time on NXT with a triple threat tag team match. First out is NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez with her partner Zaria. This is followed by WWE Women's Champion Becky Lynch with her partner Bayley. This is then followed by Women's World Heavyweight Champion Rhea Ripley with a look of disgust on her face, as she's then joined by Charlotte Flair. The bell rings and Becky, Roxanne, and Rhea start things off. Roxanne then quickly tags in Zaria. Zaria stares down both champions. Becky and Rhea then begin attacking her. They bring her to the ropes, then Irish whip her together, but they get met by a double clothesline by the powerhouse that is Zaria. Roxanne is proud of her partner. Charlotte and Bayley then tag themselves in. They meet a similar fate after they try to suplex Zaria, but she turns it on the unlikely partners. Roxanne then calls for a tag. The match continues with Roxanne and Zaria controlling most of the match. Roxanne looks to be setting up pop rocks, but then gets hit with a headbutt from Rhea, who also falls down. Zaria calls for the tag, but is then taken off the apron by Bayley and Charlotte. Charlotte then spears Zaria into the steel steps, but it took a lot out of her as well. Roxanne looks for her partner, but she is not there. Roxanne gets to her feet, but Becky catches her in a quick roll-up. 1, 2, 3. Becky, Lynch, and Bayley steal the win. They celebrate in the ring and then leave together. As Rhea recovers in the ring, Giulia, Stephanie Vacquer, and Cora Jade run from out of the crowd and attack a weakened Rhea with Roxanne. Charlotte re-enters and knocks each of them down with a big boot and hits Cora with a spear. Zaria re-enters and hits Charlotte with an F5. Becky and Bayley run back down, but this time with steel chairs. They clear the ring. Roxanne, Cora, Zaria, Giulia, and Stephanie regroup on the ramp, while Becky and Bayley stand in front of a recovering Rhea and Charlotte. They help them up and then shake hands to end NXT. On SmackDown, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes makes his entrance to the ring with a bit of a limp. He continues to be his smiling babyface self, and he grabs a microphone. Well, WWE Universe, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hurting. I'd also be lying if I said I didn't want to get my hands on Jacob Fatu. You see, Oba Femi and Carmelo Hayes, I'll be after you sooner than later. You'd better watch your back. But right now, I'm consumed by the fact that Jacob Fatu has his reputation of being this Samoan werewolf, yet he didn't show up for our match on Raw like some coward with a shedding problem. So Jacob, I know you're back there. I'd love to hear an explanation from you. As a matter of fact, what I'd love more is for you to grow a set and face me tonight. Suddenly, Jacob Fatu appears on the screen. He responds, Cody Rhodes, you have no idea what you asked for. You see, The Rock saved you. He protected you, preserved you. Now you've provoked me. And tonight you're gonna see why they call me the Samoan werewolf. Hell, it may be the last thing you even see, except for those bright lights. They ain't gonna be the bright lights of Mania, but the bright lights of the pearly gates, because tonight you've just sealed your fate. The commentary team confirms Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu for the main event of SmackDown. Later in the night, there's a handicap match between Chelsea Green and Piper Niven taking on Jade Cargill. Chelsea Green immediately tags out to Piper as soon as the bell rings, avoiding Jade. Jade and Piper lock up. Piper tries to overpower her, but Jade holds her ground and shoves Piper back. Piper and Jade trade power moves, with Piper hitting a running senton for a near fall. Chelsea tags in once Jade is down and mockingly kicks her, but Jade kips up and scares Chelsea into retreating. Chelsea desperately tags Piper back in, avoiding Jade's wrath. Piper sets up for a Michinoku driver, but Jade counters into a massive power slam. Chelsea tries to attack Jade from behind, but instead, Jade grabs her by the hair, lifts her up effortlessly, and presses her over her head and slams her down. Chelsea gets back up just by instinct. Piper rushes in to save her, but Jade ducks, causing Piper to accidentally clothesline Chelsea. With Chelsea down, Jade hoists Piper up to the air and nails her finisher, Jaded. 1, 2, 3. Jade Cargill wins. Jade taunts to the crowd when she's immediately taken down by Bianca Belair. They fight up the ramp and into the backstage area. They bring the fight into the parking lot. Jade is able to get some distance from Bianca and climbs an ambulance in hopes of escaping. Bianca joins her up top. She then hits her with a KOD on top of the ambulance. The officials direct her down as the show goes to commercial. In the main event of SmackDown, WWE Champion Cody Rhodes will take on Jacob Fatu. The bell rings and Jacob and Cody circle each other, with Cody looking cautious. They lock up, but Fatu immediately overpowers Cody, shoving him across the ring. Cody smirks, nodding in respect. But as he steps forward, bam, Fatu explodes with a headbutt, knocking Cody off balance. Fatu dominates early on, using his incredible agility for a dropkick, followed by a running senton that flattens Cody. Cody tries to fight back with chops, but Fatu absorbs them and crushes Cody with a pop-up Samoan drop. Cody rolls to the apron to recover, but Fatu hits a rope-assisted springboard moonsault onto him. Cody finally gets in some offense, ducking a big swing and hitting a snap power slam. He then goes for a disaster kick, but Fatu catches him mid-air and turns it into a sit-out powerbomb. Fatu then drags Cody to the corner and goes up for a huge top rope moonsault, but Cody moves at the last second. As Fatu crashes, Cody looks to capitalize with a crossroads attempt, but Fatu backflips out of it. He rebounds and annihilates Cody with a super kick, followed by a brutal spinning Uranagi. Fatu goes for a pin, but Cody kicks out. Cody is stunned, trying to get to his feet as Fatu prepares for a final devastating super kick. Cody dodges the kick and then proceeds to hit Fatu with strikes, followed by a bionic elbow. Suddenly, Tonga and Tanga Loa rush out and attack Cody. The match is then ruled a victory for Cody by disqualification. The Bloodline overpower Cody, but then the Usos make their way out to save him. They fight off the Bloodline. Jacob exits the ring, followed by Tanga Loa in hopes of preservation. Tonga is left alone, and is then hit with a super kick from Jimmy, and then from Jay, and one of the kicks sends Tama into Cody's grasp, and he hits him with a crossroads. Jacob and Tonga seethe on the ramp as the Usos and Cody stand tall to end SmackDown. What an explosive yet exciting week in WWE. How does TKO think Shawn Michaels is doing in his role? Is the pressure beginning to get to Roxanne? Will this be the biggest WrestleMania in the history of the company? We will have to keep moving forward with the story. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Be sure to check out the previous chapters as well. I appreciate all the support. Stay strange, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.